guys, this is Karthik Rahala and this is my presentation of the cross-platform personal finance management. This is my final project in this semester. Basically, managing money today is trickier than ever with a multiple income, right? So in these digital payments, this is the project which helps to maintain the financial goals, and it also look like we usually use the spreadsheets, and it's like a manual thing. While we are using a smartphone, why can't we make a smarter decision, like creating the applications which helps the users to maintain the financial management, financially well. And there's a lot of applications in the finance apps, like which helps the users a lot. I know a few, and these platforms have the lack of education tools for the users, like everybody can use those and user friendly. This research explores a cross-platform application that's not only track expenses but also guides users to make smarter financial choices. So, most personal finance apps were built for the either Android or iOS, leaving users which switch devices, like based on their frustration levels by lost features. Somebody look like the exact of features what they want, and many focus narrowingly on like a budgeting or bill tracking, right? So here are the missing and holistic approaches. Education and the behavior tools are often absent in a week, like for the users. So here is a clear gap for a secure and the cross platform app that integrates financial management and learning, that habit building, and its also project aims to the address for the users to maintain their goals. So that's how the idea of the creating this. So here we come the problem statements. So most of the people are uses Androids and iOS. So, and there are many other companies like Microsoft and Windows, something, etc. So they contains on the users only looks for the specific features for like the bill payments and like the tracking their bills or tracking their expenses in a month. So here we come with an application which maintains all of those, like tracking bills, tracking expenses, and maintaining the funds in their accounts, and alert the users about the management of the bills. So this project aims to address everything in the which helps users a lot. So the research questions, this study explores how a finance app affects like the young adults, and it also budgeting and tracking habits, what what usability challenges, and reminders and also progress alerts, as I said earlier, and boost engagements and the goal achievements, like weekly goals and the daily goals, and how the financial education modules impact on the decision making system, and do users trust the PFM apps as much as the native ones, like the before ones. And these are the questions for guide the researchers while I'm doing the research. So here we come the theoretical framework, the framework which I have used in this application. And the project draws a three frameworks, the technology acceptance model, it's called as a TAM, which I explained it in the last application, last video, and it emphasizes easy for user usefulness of a critical for app adoption, like the user friendly. So that's the quality AM. And the UTAUT, it also adds the social fluence and efforts, which expectancies to predict user behavior, how they're using the application, overall they are liking it or not. And the behavioral economics introduce nudging and encourage between the financial habit studies. Together this framework shapes the application design, and which also evaluate and analyze the user's engagement with these applications, and the psychologists, how the users was maintaining their funds and how they was spending them all. Basically it's like a psychology thing. So that's how the framework works. And the literature review summary, when it's come to the review session, this research shows mobile fintech has evolved for the basic budgeting tools like AI driven apps. And this PFM is like Flutter, and I use like the Flutter and React Native and source consistency experience. And this study highlights the gap in the app integration and financial education and the personalized feedback. And it's also nudging to improve the habits, but trust the security and the transparency. This supports the need for a PFM app which educationally and behaviorally helps a lot based on the features it contains to the users. Let's come to the research methodology. It's a mixed method approach which combines the survey for the quantitative and the qualitative data, and interviews few of the candidates for the qualitative insights and also for the quantitative one. And the design science method builds the test the app, how does it works, and the surveys of the TAM and UTAT are based like the qualitative ones. And it also the analytic tracks features users to nudge responses, and these interviews explores users performances for education and also for nudging, ensuring the users evaluation how the was it was. Participants and the sampling. Participants the most of the users finds, my study was based on the young adults who are in between 18 to 35. And the digital native was varying the financial literacy, who was used both mobiles different versions, the Android and iOS. About 120 survey response will be uh, recreated via the university emails, LinkedIn and fetch forms, whereas the 20 interviews will be continued until the theme repeats. So this the tech survey group is ideal for testing and the cross-platform financial tools, which also ensuring relevant insights for the digital ages. So the data collection, the surveys like a TAM and UTA factors are easier, usefulness and also like the social influences, where the interview captures user experiences with nudging and education, app usage logs, also the task completion and the responses by the users, while the system usability scales, access the interface quality, and also combining these tools, ensuring about that robust data on a technical performance, behavioral impact, and trust the validation through the users. Here comes the app design and the key features of this application, which I built with Flutter for seamless Android and the iOS support. But the app often budget tracking and expenses monitoring, as I said earlier, and the visualizations of the dashboards and personalized saving reminders, keep users on the track like in their financial expenses. And like in the financial education module, it includes the quizzes and tutorials. And it also in the key features, it's completely based on the banking. So we used to do the two-factor authentication, encrypted and transparent data policies. And the users concerns, based on the users concerns, solving pain points with the historic user focused design. So this is how the app design and the key feature works. Here we come the anticipated results. Most of the users are expected to gain better financial awareness with the discipline, where PFM concepts it consistently should boost the usability and the satisfaction of the users, and it also like encourage saving the goals tracking, and the education modules enhance decision making confidence, yes, and the transparent security protocols including two factor authentication and encrypted, and it also predict to build a higher trust potential single platform apps. So that's how the anticipated results was. These are the limitations and ethics. The short testing period may miss long term habit changes, right? So the young and the tech have like most tech guys whose sample limit border applicability self-reported survey risk bias, we created this, and ethically measured includes like the IRB approvals and strict data security, the and it also allowing the users to in the features freely, and these steps ensures responsibility to research while acknowledging the technology constraints. So this is about the limitation and ethics. Here becomes the conclusion and future directions. Based on the entire project, this my research demonstrate the cross-platform apps that can bridge gaps in usability, education, and the engagement of the users, friendly apps with the users, and it also offers a scalable fintech model with the potential of the AI, and for the banking apps, it's like banking APIs, and it's like it accesses the banking, so most of the time it contains security, and the app, it's a long term study basically by fostering like exclusive financial literature, and this app could influence the digital finance and education policies that were like very less stressful and more accessible money management for the users. So so that's how it works, and thank you.